Manju Ramanan Talks, and today I have a very, very known, eminent singer from Pakistan who is on my show, and he is in Dubai and he set up base in Dubai. So we'll ask him. His name is Mustafa Zahid, and I'm sure all of you have heard about him, heard his songs in Bollywood and in Pakistan. And he started with independent music and then of course became mainstream. And we'll ask him about his story, and he'll narrate to us all of what he's gone through. But let's welcome Mustafa Zahid.
Thank you.
Tell me what brings you to Dubai.
Music.
Okay.
It takes me anywhere and everywhere in the world, and that has just brought me in Dubai. I think I want to work on more productions now, make more music, and I feel this is one territory where you find the artists from all across the globe, not just India or Pakistan. It's everywhere. So there's a flavor of pretty much everything, and that's what I'm trying to explore, and that's how I'm trying to reinvent my music.
And this is a studio that you've built. I think you've taken the first floor of this beautiful building and what beautifully done interiors and everything. And this is your favorite space, I believe?
Yes, it is. Yes, absolutely.
So tell me more about the studio. And
so this is a whole production house, and I'm running a record label from here. Also, we are doing multiple things here. The production house is taking care of adverts, music videos. We have multiple audio studios here. And I've put different music producers in different studios. Someone is working on the classical music, someone's working on the new age music. So it's basically a one-window solution for pretty much everything. If you're an artist, it's your dream store.
How did you name the studio?
The name of the studio, okay, so now the name is very mainstream. To be honest, I never came up with the idea of the name. It was a friend's company, and because we partnered together, so we named it as a AAA Reels Production.
AAA Reels Production.
Yes.
So
and
that's
the
based
record label is Playback.
Okay, playback.
Yes.
Okay, so it need not be just for playback singers. It could be for
For
everyone.
everyone and anyone, yes.
And you're looking for talent from across.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And they will have access to the studio. And
They'll have the access to the studio. We'll produce their music. We'll make sure that even if they require writers, we'll get lyricists on board for them. We'll get the band for them on board. So like I said, one place for the artist to be.
That's amazing because you have so much of talent from Dubai and the United Arab Emirates and the Arab
absolutely.
world, and they are all nationalities. So you're not restricted by
Very
nationalities
true.
here.
Yes, very true.
Fabulous. And also the fact that let's start from the beginning now. You started out as not a musician, but you wanted to get into music, and you got into music in a big way. Right from the beginning. So let's start from your writing days. When did you start?
Yes, I used to write a lot back in the days, and then I felt that the one medium which I should be choosing for myself to express or to put that out to the world can be music. And I remember that back in the days we were having this welcome party at my university, and somehow the guests were late, and I was one of the hosts. So I was co-hosting it with one of my friends, and I ended up singing an old song of Adnan Sami Khan, and everyone kept on saying that you sang it pretty well.
What was the song?
Bhigi Bhigi Raaton Mein Phir Tum Aao.
Can you sing it for us?
भीगी भीगी रातों में फिर तुम आओ ना हो ऐसी बरसातों में आओ ना.
Oh, amazing. I remember the video also.
Yes.
Rani Mukherjee and Adnan Sami.
Yes. So I just sang on stage, and everyone kept on complimenting after the event.
So you did not realize till then that
I had never sung before that. The first time I ever sang was on stage.
and without knowing that you're going to be
Yes, without knowing. Like, it was
Amazing.
pretty much forceful. So forcefully, my teacher said, just to make sure the audience is connected to you, just sing something, and I sang it. And my friends felt that I did okay.
But so music was part of your growing up years. So you might have sung, but I'm sure you would have sung to yourself or hummed.
Not really.
No?
I had probably never even had sung on a karaoke before that.
Really?
Never ever. That's how it started. And then I immediately got myself a guitar.
Okay.
Because we have grown up in a country where the influence has always been the musicians, rock bands, pop
But
bands.
isn't that an amazing thing that usually a country would have film stars as their icons? But you're talking about musicians as icons. Isn't that an unusual thing? Is that why we have so many musicians from
Exactly.
Pakistan?
But Pakistan is like this. See, exactly how in cricket, we have always produced the fast bowlers. India has always produced the batsmen. So, when your heroes are someone like Imran Khan or Wasim Akram, you want to be a bowler. And exactly when we were growing up, our heroes were Junoon, Vital Signs. We want to be like those guys.
Right.
That is the only music we used to hear when we were growing up. So instantly I picked up the guitar because I had seen Junoon performing with the guitar. Vital Signs, we had the image of Vital Signs playing guitar. I had picked up the guitar, and that song, which I composed back in the days, was Toh Phir Aao, was the first song I ever composed.
And that became a huge hit
Yes.
across, of course, in Pakistan, but also in Bollywood.
Yes,
It was picked
it
up.
became very popular in Pakistan before it debuted in Bollywood.
Okay.
We back then we used to have the music websites,
Mhm.
so it got downloaded a lot, and Pakistani music at that time was really booming, the underground music.
Right.
Uh,
So can you tell me a little more about underground music, because I'm sure there's mainstream,
right.
and underground music is what we call today as independent music, right?
Yes. So Pakistan doesn't have a club culture.
Hmm.
We don't have clubs or pubs or nightclubs
Yeah.
in Pakistan. So the whole scene has always been about small gigs happening here and there, concerts at universities, colleges, cafes, and
Mhm.
properties, and people go there and enjoy.
Mhm.
That is the only hangout spot you have. That is the only place you can go listen to the music. So the underground circuit always had a lot of bands coming in, performing in different venues, different places. Like there's
Okay.
one gig happening somewhere in Lahore, then there's one happening in Karachi, Islamabad, and all the guys up. And the gig culture is all about rock bands.
Hmm.
So the only music that was very, very popular and underground is rock music,
Okay.
because people felt that it's not mainstream
Right.
until or unless we or EP and Jal and everyone, started experimenting with the sound of that time and became mainstream.
Right.
And obviously Bollywood helped us as well. So we were performing in the underground. We used to do gigs here and there, and we recorded a song because I had made this song then. So we ended up recording this song. There used to be a website back in the days.
Okay.
I think it was a very popular website, Apni ISP something.
Okay.
And the
You
song.
could upload the song.
We never did. So
Okay.
so at that time we used to have our small time websites. Orchid ka time tha ye, Facebook se
all
nikalne ka
good
time.
before Facebook.
So we
happened.
would just put our stuff here and there, and they would pick up and they'd post it on their
okay.
website.
Okay.
And it was a very popular music website. And from there, Mr. Mahesh Bhatt heard the song,
Okay.
and he ended up calling us, which I initially thought was a prank call.
Oh really?
And he
How old
was,
were you when this happened?
I was 19.
Oh, that is.
19, 20. I was very
Okay.
young then, yes, when I started.
And then you got a call from Mahesh Bhatt from.
Yes, to come to India. And
Which year was this?
This was 2004.
Okay.
This was 2005, I would say.
And then you were in India soon.
Yes, so the first flight I took, I still remember, to India was of PIA, and I was the only passenger on it. I was the only one traveling.
Okay.
It has so many memories of the flight.
You mean you were the only one traveling, as in?
I was the only passenger on board. It was just the cabin crew and me. There were no other passengers.
Okay.
Because I felt at that time there was a lot of political instability
okay.
between India and Pakistan as well. Visas issues were going
Right.
on. So not many people used to travel at that time. Or jo karte bhi the, wo probably through Wagah border.
It sounds like a chartered flight.
It was exactly. Initially, that's what I also thought, that Mr. Bhatt has booked me a chartered PIA flight. And I ended up in a studio.
How was your first meeting with him?
It was amazing, to be honest. I still feel till date that I have learned my most from his company and him, that man. The way he used to talk to me, the way he would sat me down and explain things to me, because we had no exposure. हमें तो industry loves India जाके पता चला था कि industry भी कुछ loves है. We had no idea कि industry क्या होती है. And he would sit us down and say, this is what you need to do. This is what you should be doing. ये PR होती है, ये marketing होती है, ये वो. We had no idea. And it was one of the most amazing experiences of my life, getting into the studio. और वो ऐसा था कि if you ask me that how did you feel, I don't even know.
Absorbing.
I don't even know how I was feeling, because I was so young and raw at that time.
Yeah.
That now when someone asked me how did you feel at that time, मैं कहता हूँ क्या पता नहीं, कुछ याद नहीं आ रहा कैसा फील हुआ था. अब अगर ये सब हो तो बड़ा मजा आया ना, उस टाइम पे बस हो रहा था. और इतने रॉ थे हम लोग के ये बात हमें I think बॉलीवुड में गाने के 5 साल बाद मुझे ये रियलाइज हुआ कि I have done something very big, man. I sung for Bollywood.
Right.
उस वक्त तो बहुत बच्चे थे तो कुछ
महेश भट्ट साहब का खुद का म्यूजिक सेंस बहुत ही इवॉल्व है.
जी.
उनकी सारी फिल्म्स में म्यूजिक has been spectacular and he sings well himself.
He's amazing with the music. I think जैसे वो भी आप कह रही थी ना कि कुछ लोग तानसेन होते हैं तो कुछ कानसेन होते हैं. He is that guy. The whole company, their ears are so tuned, it's unbelievable.
Right.
I'll tell you this small story that when I went to India for the first time, I was supposed to sing Toh Phir Aao in the film. So he sat me down and he said कि हमारी film बड़े अरसे से ये pending थी, हमें इसकी ending नहीं मिल रही थी. आपके गाने ने हमें film का climax दे दिया. तो वैसे ही जब हमने रिकॉर्ड कर लिया, I was traveling back next day to Lahore. He said कि कुछ भी अगर आप मुझे और सुना सकते हैं अपनी एल्बम से तो सुनाइएगा प्लीज. I picked up the guitar and I used to have a song in my album जो कि एक इंस्ट्रूमेंटल था.
Okay.
But उसकी एक कोरस लाइन थी.
Okay.
So the song was very basic instrumental guitar बजता रहता है. And then when it dips into the chorus, the line comes in, it says आना जाना ना कर दीवाना. And he instantly said that I also want this song. So I said it's an instrumental. Why do you want an instrumental in your film? It didn't make any sense to me. In fact, I was about to skip that song. मैंने सोचा instrumental सुनाने का क्या ही फायदा है, तो इनको समझ भी नहीं आएगा. But somehow किस्मत में लिखा था, so सुनाया तो he said no, I like this song. And then that song was turned into Tera Mera Rishta पुराना.
Okay, so we have to listen to these two songs.
Now?
Yeah.
Okay. तेरा यकीन क्यों मैंने किया नहीं, तुझसे रहा क्यों जुदा, मुझ पे ये जिंदगी करती रही सितम, तूने ही दी है पनाह. तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना, ओ तेरा मेरा रिश्ता पुराना. है क्या तड़प है ये कैसी सजा, तू क्यों मुझे आज याद आ गया. बेचैन दिन मेरे बेचैन रात है, क्या मैं करूं कुछ बता, है मेरे पाँव ही खुद मेरी बेड़ियां, मुझसे मुझे तू छुड़ा. तेरा और मेरा रिश्ता पुराना.
Lovely. This is a couch concert. Thank you. And we have to sing Nakano.
That I'll do later.
Last. It should end with that. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So, okay, then what happened?
So then he ended up in the industry.
Yeah.
We used to go there, perform here and there, all over India actually, and then would just come back
So
to
you
Pakistan.
you had concerts all over
I've
India?
done yes, pretty much.
What? Which are the places you
I've
travel?
I've done shows in places like Kurukshetra.
Okay.
So just
Interesting,
imagine.
yeah.
Yes. So and someday we would get a call from our manager saying that we are going to Kurukshetra, and we wouldn't even know. We would just open Google and see where is Kurukshetra, where are we going. Like I've done shows everywhere. A lot of cities I have traveled over the years, and amazing, very very fond memories of it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Any places that you like the most in India?
Delhi, I felt that is very similar to Lahore.
Yeah.
So I have my closest of the friends in Delhi.
Okay.
I made some very very good friends in not only just in Delhi, in Bombay as well, but Delhi I always felt became my second home at one
Okay.
time. Like one weekend I would be in Lahore, so the next I would be in
In
Delhi.
Delhi. Okay.
And it was an unbelievable experience because what would happen is that we would wake up in the morning. My driver would drop me to Wagah border.
Okay.
I would just walk into Amritsar, and my other driver would pick me from Amritsar
Oh, really?
and drop me to Amritsar airport, and I would land in Delhi, Bombay, Calcutta, wherever I would.
How
go.
amazing is this?
So yeah, that
So you
experience.
walk to India.
Imagine
literally.
that I have a show in the evening in Calcutta.
Okay.
I've woken up in Lahore, but in next few hours,
crossed.
took the flight, doing the
My
sound check.
God.
Yes.
How interesting is that?
Very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. And of course, there is hardly any difference between the two countries.
Yes.
So did you go to the south of India as well?
Not really. I've not really explored the south side. To be
Okay.
honest.
Okay.
Yes, not really.
Okay. Now tell me about the music of India and what inspires you, and any Bollywood singers that you've heard over the years, admired, worked with, and who are they and what do they?
You wouldn't believe this, but the only Bollywood films I have watched till date are the ones I have sung for.
Really?
Yes, I'm not a big Bollywood freak, but
Okay.
having said that, when we were starting music, I was absolutely in love with the independent musicians that were there in the India then. Before Bollywood became massive, if you remember, Silk Route was there.
Yes.
KK used to do
Yes.
his independent music. Sonu Nigam had some amazing independent
Anisha
songs.
Chennai. There is a whole
Shan and
Shan.
you know, all those people were amazing, and we used to love their music. And I was influenced by all these guys, honestly, more than Bollywood. फिर जब बॉलीवुड में गाया तो बॉलीवुड भी सुनना शुरू कर दिया कि अब गाना है अगर यहाँ तो.
What about old Bollywood? What about old songs?
I have heard. ऐसा नहीं सुने नहीं साहब. किशोर जी को we have heard obviously. रफी साहब को बहुत सुना है. पुराने बॉलीवुड जगजीत साहब को बहुत सुना है. तो वो सुना है, वो बहुत ज़्यादा सुना है, but जो हमारा जो हम लोग I think when we were growing up, जो उस टाइम पे म्यूजिक ज्यादा पॉपुलर था वो ये लोग हैं जिनकी इंडिपेंडेंट इन लोगों का म्यूजिक था जिनका नाम.
Who was the first Bollywood singer you met in Mumbai?
The first Bollywood singer I met, let me think, who was the first one? I think I met KK the first time in Mahesh Bhatt's office. Yes, I saw.
That's a tragic.
Yes, because he was also very close to Mr. Bhatt. He used to sing a lot of their songs as well. So I think I once met, the first person I met, the first artist I met was him.
If there is a song that you'd like to dedicate to KK, what would it be? And we'd like to hear it.
There's this one song of KK which he sang for one of my friends' film. Kya Mujhe Pyar Hai. I feel it is a very popular song, but people have never looked at that song as something really amazing from KK because it was a very commercial song. I think it is one of his best songs.
Yeah.
It is the way he has narrated the whole song. Patthar ke raston pe phoolon ki chadar hai. It's unbelievable song. That is the only song I also wish I had sung.
Can you hear it?
That I can't play. I wish I could play it. I'll try it for you.
Okay.
But I don't know the words of the song. I think it's क्यों आजकल नींद कम ख्वाब ज़्यादा है लगता खुदा का कोई नेक इरादा है करता फकीर आज दिल शहज़ादा है लगता खुदा का कोई नेक इरादा है क्या मुझे प्यार है या कैसा खुमार है so I just still try.
Okay.
I hope I sounded.
And yeah, you sung. So you met KK. Your memory.
I did, yes. Of course, I did, yes. Amazing gentleman. I think. Because I was very young at that time, I had not sung in Bollywood, so he obviously was unaware. Told him how I am about to debut in Bollywood, and he gave me one of the warmest hugs and said best of luck. Really good memory that is. Yeah.
And back home in Pakistan, who do you look up to?
Junoon.
Okay.
Obviously, I have grown up listening to Junoon. My music is very much influenced from Junoon, has always been. And obviously Mustafa Khan sahab, we have heard a lot. Yes, ho sakta hai ki aapne na suna. Mostly them too.
Right. Also the fact that you're an avid traveler and you travel for inspiration. So what are the sounds of because you're a composer, what are the sounds of this part of the world, the Arab region, that have influenced, or you've taken, you've used a part of this side's music? So
now, because I have moved in here, I have recently found out that there are some amazing Arab musicians. Not just the singers, also the musicians. Like just yesterday, someone played me the national anthem of UAE that has been performed by musicians from all over UAE, and I was surprised to see that there were some amazing musicians. To be honest, I did not have much of the exposure of this side. Most of the people I have heard from the Arab world are probably Sami Yusuf and few more artists. Now I'm working on a project where I'm trying to involve them in my project. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to involve not the singers, the musicians. So I get that specific sound. For example, a guitarist, if he would come on board for a Urdu song, he will bring a new vibe to the song because he would be playing in his space. So for a musician, for a listener, that has heard the Urdu music, that sound will be new. The playing would be new. Not the sound, the playing would be very new.
Right.
And I also felt that this is exactly what worked for us in Bollywood as well.
Right.
Because
You
our
were
vocal
true to
tone,
yourself. Yeah.
Mahesh Bhatt never called me and said, "This is the story of the film. I want you to make a song." He would always come to me and say, "What song do you have? I will make my story around it. Give me the song and we'll play with it." And this is one of the reasons of why their music has always worked. Because I feel that when you tell an artist that this is where you need to be, आप उसे bound कर देते हो.
Also, an artist is a natural rebel. So when you say that this is the way you have to do it, you will somewhere rebel.
मेरी imagination खत्म होगी ना. फिर मैं, if you have given me the storyboard, then my imagination is gone. So I feel that for an artist to make a song that will always be on the playlist is if you let them make their music. And I felt that, coming back to the point, I felt that the reason why me, Atif, Khan Saab and all, Shafqat Bhai and all these guys got such warm welcome in Bollywood was because of our vocal tone.
Right.
All of a sudden, the way we talk, I think हमारा जो pronunciation उर्दू बोलने की वो, and the vocal tone was very unique. So वो instantly people started liking it.
Right.
And that era was all about Shafqat Bhai singing, Atif sang Bola Mein Another, then I ended up in Avarapan. वो खान साहब ने बड़ा मशहूर गाना गाया था माधुरी दीक्षित की फिल्म में, that became very popular. So वो जी, so मुझे ऐसा लगता है कि इसी तरह अगर मैं अरब साउंड्स को इनकॉर्पोरेट करूंगा अपने म्यूजिक में, तो लोगों को एक नया फ्लेवर और टेस्ट मिलना शुरू होगा, जो कि आज बहुत जरूरी है, and especially when you are trying to reinvent your music.
Right. So we'll see more of Arab tunes in your
let's say
future
Arab
compositions.
sounds.
Arab
Yes.
sounds in your
Yes.
future compositions.
Yes.
Okay. And what are the advantages of setting up base in Dubai?
Like I said, the place obviously have everyone coming in here. Like for example, if I want to have a Syrian artist to perform for me, if I want to have a guitarist from Turkey or from England or from Australia, you know, very easily I can access them, I can sit with them, I can jam with them and compose a lot of stuff. I mean, even sitting in Pakistan, it's not that difficult because how the world has shifted now. Digitally, everything is possible. You upload the files and you sit and produce music. But I feel that when an artist, when one or more than one artist get together under one roof, I personally feel that when they jam and when they discuss and when they talk about where they want to take the music, then it's a different vibe altogether. And that, like I said, that is one of the reasons why Pakistani music got popular in India too.
Right.
Because people from there sat with people from that side. Like I sat with Preetham or I sat with someone else, and when we sat together, he brought something to the table and I brought something to the table, so it was something new for the listeners.
Right, and you would aim to do that here as well.
Of course, yes, 100%.
Okay, any new projects that you're working on? Tell us about it. And your concerts in Dubai, we'd like to hear you perform live in Dubai.
I have taken a break from the concerts because honestly, I think I've been performing way too much lately. So I've taken a break for 3 months because I'm working on the productions. Currently, I'm trying to produce a show for the kids from India and Pakistan, for the younger artists from India and Pakistan. Not for the kids, I would say the young artists from India and Pakistan. Sole reason is to make sure that they feel and they know what collaborations are all about.
Right.
What we experienced back in the day, you know. That is the sole reason. So I intend to fly one of the kids down from India, somewhere from India, one from Pakistan, make them sit together, make music for them, because most of the artists, I think, don't last that long because they have no idea who is going to be their producer. So आवाज बहुत अच्छी है, पर producer नहीं मिला कभी कोई ना. जिस तरह actors बहुत अच्छे होते हैं, but उनको कभी अच्छा director नहीं मिलता. तो I feel कि जो अभी के बच्चे हैं, उनको अगर आप, if you give them the right production value, if you give them, यार, I feel कि this is your scale, this is where you should be singing, जो हमें नहीं पता था शुरू में, honestly. अगर आप उनको इतनी जल्दी समझाओ ये सारी चीजें, तो they'll do really well for themselves.
So when you're trying to mentor people and trying to nurture them, tell me about the people who nurtured you when you were in that space.
We nurtured ourselves. वो वक्त बड़ा different था. You know, at that time, yes, there was a lot of support from the friends and family. But कुछ ऐसा नहीं था, because unfortunately we don't really have music schools in Pakistan as well. We don't have a lot of music schools. But having said that, we were lucky enough to have YouTube coming in at one point. So we're learning school hi tha hamare liye. We were just getting influenced by people from here and there, and not just the people, moments. I honestly feel that to make a song, you don't need a story with someone. You don't need to be you don't need to get influenced by, let's say, a girl or an artist or someone. It's the moment. One moment can work for you, and it can be while you're flying all by yourself in an airplane, or maybe sitting somewhere in a cafe full of people, but you are just in your zone. I strongly believe that this is the case.
Okay, so we can end with the song that we all want to hear.
Right. Okay, sure. दिल बादल बने, आँखें बहने लगे, ऐसे उठे जैसे आंधी चले, तो फिर आओ मुझको सताओ, तो फिर आओ मुझको रुलाओ, अभी जाओ, ना 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 ना, भी जाओ।